As a parent, you may wonder what your role is in the college application process. Maybe you have been through this process before with older children and are looking to see if anything has changed. Or maybe this is your first child going through the college application process and you're feeling a bit lost. After helping hundreds and hundreds of families through the college search and application process, I can tell you two things. First, things will work out and students will be where they are meant to be in the fall after their high school graduation. That may sound cliche, but I find that most students and parents have shared those feelings with me. Second, after parents go through the process once, they will tell you it's not as bad as they thought it would be. There seems to be more stress on the front end where we are anticipating all of the many tasks that need to be completed. By making sure your child is staying on top of things and completing tasks early, you will find it will alleviate much of that stress. So, what is our role as a parent in the college planning process? We want to promote independence and encourage our child, let them lead the way, and have us kind of stand beside them as their cheerleader. One example is when you go on a college visit with them, make it their visit. Talk with them on the car ride there about what questions they might want to ask, what information they're looking for while they're there, so that when they're on the tour, they can be the ones that ask the question. I was involved in a webinar, and there's a funny story here. In this webinar, the presenter was a former admissions advisor, and she talked about how she gave one of the tours instead of the students, whether the student wasn't available or whatever the story was. She was giving the tour as the admissions director, and she toured the families around the campus. And when she asked if there was anyone who was planning to major in a music field, she said she had several parents raise their hands and wave at her. And she just talked about how funny that experience was for her, as she wasn't typically a tour guide, and how it kind of showed a little bit of information about those students. And it happened to be at a selective college. So you want to make sure that your child is being viewed by colleges as the leader in the process. Again, let them ask the questions. And as you're going through the visit, you'll find that there are probably periods of time where you have to walk a little ways between buildings until your next stop, and you have a little bit of chance to just chat in between the different tour stops along the way. And those are good times to talk with your child about, hey, have you thought about asking this question? Or did you get the information you feel like you were looking for in the tour? Don't forget to ask about this. And then at the next stop, your child could then be the one to ask the question. Also, any context they make, if they have questions later on, the student should be the one contacting the admissions office, whether it be through a phone call or an email. And certainly colleges that are smaller and more selective may be logging the student's demonstrated interest, not the parents' demonstrated interest, but the child's demonstrated interest. So let them be the leader in that, and you kind of stand alongside and be the encourager, the reminder, and help them through those things. Lastly, it's important that as parents, we help our students through the financial piece of the college process. That may be completing the FAFSA for them. That may mean having all of our tax information and all the pieces ready for them to go, and then they complete the FAFSA. We do have a financial aid advisor from LEAF. Her name is Renee Morgan. She meets with all of our seniors individually. She meets with families to help them complete the FAFSA. She provides a list of what you need before you complete the FAFSA so that you can send that with your child, and the child can do that during study hall even. So we have her as a resource as well. But that is a huge piece that you can help your child with.